played an important role in music. Through the sharing of their stories, the climbing of charts, and the breaking of records.
My records, for instance, have been banned since 1962. Even though they are banned, there are some people who still sing them somehow.
Through the transformation of genres and the fight against injustice, women have kept our feet tapping to the beat through the decades. Today, we celebrate the formidable women in music, those who have fallen after writing history, and those who are changing history with their crafts today. We celebrate the Thandi Claessens, fearless, courageous, indestructible, soaring above injustice and flowing over challenges.
People say things, man. They say things and I ignore them. They say things and I ignore them. They say things and I don't ignore them.
We acknowledge the Madonnas of the townships, the drama queens and the black butterflies, the Brenda Fassis, the Lebo Matosas and the TK Mhingas. Audacious, feisty, and never afraid to speak their minds. We are honored to acknowledge women who have stayed true to who they are. Who have
Beautiful,
honored
isn't
their
it? The
work
Basadi
and
in Music
displayed
Awards, a first of its kind women-focused awards ceremony. Now, these awards, founded by Hloni Modise, an entertainment entrepreneur, aim to honor and celebrate the excellence of women in the music industry as singers, performers, composers, producers, and other fields. The nominees and winners are voted for by the public. The nominees will be announced in May, while the Gala Awards evening is scheduled for August, in time for Women's Month in South Africa. She joins us now this morning to share more on these awards. Hloni, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you so much for having me, Simpire.
Geez, you've been behind the scenes in the music business for so long. What inspired these awards, Hloni?
I've been in the industry for a long time, and I was very young as I started. And I realized that as women, we had to work 10 times harder to get recognized or validated. Things have changed up to where we are now. And we just thought, why don't we just create a platform that is going to celebrate, the acceleration of female success within the industry. So here we are today.
And here we are today. And you worked on numerous award shows. So how did that help you when it came to putting this concept together?
I mean, having worked for the South African Music Awards under doing that publicity for over, I think this is our 10th year, we learned a lot of experience through, organizing talent, to script writing, to how to put together an award ceremony itself. So working in various award ceremonies has really helped us a lot in putting this together.
Okay. Now, explain the nomination process, please. Just take us through all the processes involved.
So we wanted it to be light and fun. So we said, no, let it become a People's Choice Award. So we have 2 gates. Now it's open call. We have open from the 8th of March on International Women's Day when we actually launched the awards. And we are going to close on the 9th of May. People can go into our website, www.Basadi Music Awards, and to look at our list of categories. And then you see the different codes, and then they can SMS to 49960. And then in May, we are going to announce our nominees, which will lead up to us getting to the main event in August.
So will you have a panel of industry experts to help out with the whole process?
So it's going to be judged by auditors because it's a purely SMS system. So it's People's Choice, and then the highest candidate with the highest votes will be the one that eventually wins.
So who's eligible to enter?
So it's the females within the industry, and anybody that views themselves as a female is eligible to enter for these awards.
And I suppose it's not only confined to the singers, but the producers, the writers, composers as well.
Yes, that's the exciting part about it, that we try to make it as inclusive as possible, because the music industry is not really just made up of the musicians themselves, but there's people behind the scenes, which I'm excited about, the technical categories where you have your producers, where you have your music video directors, where you have your stylists. So we try to just really incorporate the whole music industry as a whole and recognize the people that are working behind the scenes as well, because they have played an important role for us to get to where we are today.
So the makeup or the architecture of these awards, will they differ from the traditional awards that you've grown accustomed to, like in terms of, so many aspects like the categories perhaps?
So I think, the categories, you would say that it's like other awards. The special thing is the technical categories rather, that makes them to give them that X factor, where we are just now saying, let's look at what makes a musician holistically, and then let's acknowledge the people that contribute towards, us having the final product. So I feel like that's an X factor, and I'm really excited about that. Having worked in the music industry for a long time, I feel like that type of recognition is long overdue.
So how many categories are you looking into? Just take us through some of the exciting ones.
So we've got about 20 voted for categories. The normal, your Artist of the Year, which I'm excited about, Newcomer of the Year. We've got Best R&B, we've got Best Gospel Artist, DJ, and then the non-categories like I've spoken about. And then we're going to have 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards, which we are going to announce later on in the year. And then the other special category that I'm really, really passionate about is the Humanitarian Award, in which we are going to honor a woman that's doing incredible things in the CSI space, that's working either with gender-based violence issues, or that's helping in terms of children with disability. So I'm particularly passionate about that one because of the community work that I do myself.
Now, Hloni, what change are you hoping these awards will bring into the industry?
I think, Simpu, we've been through the most in the past couple of years due to COVID.
Yeah.
We need something that's going to really boost our morale. And I'm hoping that through these awards, one, women will get to be validated within the industry. Number 2, we are hoping to empower the women themselves, because we are looking at having different programs within the awards. So it's not just an awards that's glitz and glamour, but we've got programs that are lined up as going to be the build up towards the awards, like self-defense classes, like dealing with mental wellness, so that we make sure that we get back to our normal selves as the country is slowly opening up. So we are really, really hoping that more than the glitz and glamour, we come together, one as females in the industry, work together and just to empower each other, stand together and rebuild the industry again.
So how do people vote? Just take us through all those details and where people can actually access the information about that.
So our calendar thus far, there's one element that I really wanted to share on this platform, but they said I must keep it as a surprise. But then we're going to do the life skills and the self-defense classes. Like I said, we're going to have a June 16 activation. We're going to have a Legends Gala dinner the night before the actual awards, and we're going to have the awards themselves. People can go into our website for category details, www.basadimusicawards.co.za, or they can go to our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, just to get daily updates in terms of what is happening with the awards thus far. The entries are open. We urge every musician, people with different practitioners within the industry, to actually enter for the awards, and we have fun.
And I'm sure it'll be fun. It sounds fun. And this is such a brilliant concept, Hloni. And I suppose it'll allow women to equally have a seat at the table in the music industry, which was, there's been lamentations that is dominated by men. So this will sort of validate their place in the industry, isn't it?
I think, Simpu, I wish you could have seen what had happened at the launch.
Yeah.
The launch was just phenomenal to see all of those females together. I think the icing for us was when Tate Kaifa Semenya came during the day to come and bless the event.
Yes.
But it was when all these females were gathered together. There was so much power in that room, Simpu, that even when Mom Abigail came to give a speech, and her blessings, and to give us lessons as someone who's a legend in the industry, and give her blessings, to show that we are really, really on the right way, right path, and just to show that a property like this is long overdue, and it's just really exciting that it's finally happening, and I'm excited to be the champion behind it. I really am. Yes.
Hloni, you and I know that when women come together, I mean, no prizes for guessing the product, how that product will explode into, eh?
I mean, like I'm saying, I'll keep on making reference to the launch.
Yes.
There was a special moment that happened when we were in a makeup room. There was Brenda Mtambo, there was KB, there was Holly Ray, and then Mom Abigail walked in, and Zamo was doing our makeup. And then when we said, before we go out, let's hold each other's hand and let's pray. And when we prayed, something magical happened at that moment. It just showed the power that when we unite as sisters, magical things happen. So they were not there to say, no, it's your thing, but it's our thing. It's our time to stand up together and show people what we can achieve when we actually work together. So from the launch itself and the tone that it set, more than just the event being a success on its own, but the messaging of it saying that when women work together, incredible things happen. The tone has been set, and we have been getting remarkable responses and support from the emails within the industry themselves. I get so many calls from the likes of your Ostwasas, your Penny Lebianes, your Mom Abigail Kubegas that phone on a daily basis to find out how far are we, how is it going, how can we support you. And that is, for me, the gold in all of this, where they're saying that they want to see this succeed because they know what this is going to do for the industry. It's really, really revolutionary and history in the making. So we're really, really excited about it.
All right, Hloni, lovely chatting to you, man, and all the best in the planning. I know that the coming days and coming weeks will be crazy with the planning and endless meetings. All the best, hey, in the planning. All right. Great, thank you. All right, so that was Hloni Modise, the founder of the Basadi in Music Awards. Well, she was responsible in birthing these awards, and she will see them come into life in May.